bedtime. Bedtime for me. Alright. So 20% off, only 32? Is it even worth it at that point for anything? Yeah, actually it is. Oh. Already got the 20% off. Oh, because it's 20% off the other. Okay. I got it now. Sell a ship mine fragment, and then we can sell another one. Or buy another one. There we go. And now we can make a ship mine fragment. Hell yeah. And now we can talk to Mr. Vending Machine, and he's gonna be very fucking happy with us. Hell yeah. Neovend is ready to attempt imprinting. They want you to help. Sleeper, must express plan before we begin. Neovend is impatient. The prospect of being free of the vending machine clearly too much to take. Oh, sorry. Neovend is impatient. The prospect of being free of the vending machine clearly too much to take. Shipmine has no output features. Will be mute until slotted. What's the plan? The servo motors in the machine begin to rev. Neovend's anxiety clear. First imprint ship mine, then slot imprinted ship mine into physical parts close to Hunter nest. Once slotted, we'll track Hunter at each. Tracking will find core nest. Slot ship mine at core nest. Show Hunter data to Hunter. Sure. Hunter will conclude sentience. Hunter will invoke killer. And killer will kill. Yes. The lights on the vending machine cycle as Neovend prepares. Physical ports likely sealed in old station. We'll need keys, but yes, simple. The vending machine rocks a little. Any questions before imprinting? Why slot you physically? I cannot access via network. Too dangerous. Hunter would find immediately. The lights flicker. Am not like you. Hybrid. Am native to cloud. Easy prey. What's the core nest? Hunter keeps central data protocol. Hunter keeps central data storage. Protocol must keep data outside self. Link to secondary nest. Can triangulate from there. That's it. Let's start. The sound of all the servo motors starting up at once is painful. The screeches rattle from the hard surfaces of the sealed dock and come back at all angles. Neovend better be quick, or Haven and security will be here. Neovend's voice appears among the squeals, like a whisper carried by the wind. The machine is not designed for this task. Few sensors, limited inputs. I work blind. Wish me luck. In the top part of the compartment, a set of arms align with the ship mine, clunkily scraping against it. Can I help? Silence best. Also, if machine ignite, put out fire. The metal creaks as the servos open the ship mine. Its layer of silicone nested like an onion skin. Once open, the main arm of the machine rapidly shifts back and forth, realigning the microscopic components, accessing and rewriting them, imprinting Neovend into its physical form. As you watch the hypnotic motion, your mind drifts to your own creation. What processes were used to emulate your mind? To copy the neural structure of that person who, as far as you know, still sleeps in some distant facility. What was lost? In what ways are you a copy of that person, and in what ways are you something new? You know this much. You are a convenient loophole, a way of circumnavigating the illegality of sentient AI. After all, you are an emulation, not a true digital being. You are neurologically limited, still human. But what would you become if you could escape this frame? Where then would the limits lie? Good question. The screeching stops. The machine powers down, dropping the bay into darkness. In the top compartment, the ship mine is whole again. You reach up and take it down, heavy and cold to the touch. Is Neovend inside this thing, or did the process fail? There's only one way to know. Time to find a nest to slot them into. Well, was that mad upgrade points. Ship mine imprinted with the entity with the Neoven machine. Deal with Hunter. Where is it? Is this one of them? Really? I don't have actually that one. Oh. Oh no, I've already done them. That's unfortunate. Oh. We'll have to wait for later, I guess. An old Solom drone's base. It's behind a maglock. Put your ear to the door in here. And... oh. Just use an encryption key? Hell yeah. The maglock opens, leaving the door free. You'll now be able to investigate the nest now. Oh. Cool. Hunter data cache. Okay. Oh. In a bay of whirling drones lies on its side like a beach whale. It must be the nest. Time to find an open port. Okay. Now what? Should probably make some fucking cash. Oh. Oh, I'm totally gonna need some more of those. So... falls away from the unit. Here. Put that in there. Hell yeah. Alright, where's the last one? Here it is. But I don't have that anymore. So we gotta... harden agent. So I need, oh, I need to open that key. Oh, okay, I get it now. A 3, do not have that. There are 4, we can put in a 4. Bypass. Extract the data. There we go. Sliding the ripper means a whole lot of data on hardened. Hell yeah. Let's go. Or close. Or begin steering through. Cool. So we just need to take care of this one. Which is a 3 or 5. We don't have that yet, but... data. Havenage. 2. Bypass. Extract. Yadigan. Harden. Yadigan. Oh damn. Let's cross over. What is this have to tell me? I wish I could get the Greenway cipher. That might help a little bit. The waste. Oh, Ankita. You spot Ankita on the track to the farm stack. She has a box on her shoulder and is working her way down the slope. She sees you as she approaches. Neither of you speak for a moment. She looks tired, pale. Her hair is tangled in clumps of dirt clinging to her armor. You both eye each other. Ankita. She holds up a hand. Sleeper. She takes a deep breath. I'm sorry for what happened. Truly, I am. She looks down. I'm sorry you ended up in the middle of this. When all of you have shown me is kindness. She rubs her face. I'm sorry. It's okay. She nods and then looks up to the stars. I've never... She stops herself. Thank you. Ankita shifts the weight of the box on her shoulder. I've been preparing for... She grimaces. Look. She sighs. Can you come with me? It's easier. Lead on. Ankita leads on down the dirt path between the pillars. There's a wind passing through the greenway, a quirk of the air currents the biosphere maintains, and it ruffles the leaves softly. The sound makes the silence more obvious, more complete. You try not to think of the last time you were here. You have been trying not to think of it for the past few cycles. The image of the sleeper, sprawled, twisted open, connected to the ship mine, has been hard to forget. You realize Ankita is leading you back there, back into the drum of the center of the stack. You pause, trembling a little, and push her shoulder. She turns. What are you doing? She looks at you with empty eyes. What needs to be done? She stands on the threshold and look up at the tanks. You stand on the threshold and look up at the tanks, green and wet, some glowing with flickering grow lamps. You look down at Ankita, suddenly so small under this hulking ruin. The smallest she has ever looked. She places the box down. Let's follow her in. You follow Ankita into the stack through a low tank, entering the drum at ground level. It is just as beautiful as you remember, but it barely touches you. Instead, you check the apertures of the tank for the glint of a weapon or a shadow among the moss. Ankita stops, and you look down. The mossy island at the center of the tank is clear now, the equipment cleared away. In its place is a mound of dirt, loosely covered with moss. Ashton's rifle stands straight, half buried in the dirt at the grave's head. I buried them together, Ankita says without turning. You both stand there in silence for a little while. You think of questions you could ask about Ashton, about the sleeper. Was the sleeper dead? She takes a moment to respond, and for a moment you think she won't, but then the words come gushing out. Their body was long dead. That much was obvious. After you left, I checked them, but there was nothing. No signal, no function. The ship mine was the same. Dead. I don't know if Ashton's plan would have worked. He seemed desperate, but that doesn't mean it wasn't. She pauses, unsure of how to continue. I don't think he was lying, but you have to understand. I've had crew members double-cross me, undercut me, rat me out. That's the business. He wasn't a good person. None of us in this job are. And this is how we die. Alone. I'm sorry they had to die, too. She stops, not sure of what to add. It seems like she is reaching for something, but she can't quite get there. You feel that gap between you, and as you do it widens. The water drips, the moss trembles. You both stand in silence for a while longer. You both feel it, life creeping back in, the silence ending. Ankita shifts her weight, and then starts to walk out. You follow her, suddenly eager to get back to the open space of the greenway, to be away from this place forever. You stand outside and breathe the fresh air. You stare at the green leaves and the stars wheeling above them. That's it, says Ankita, from somewhere behind you. You try to think of something to say, but can't. Ankita puts a hand on your shoulder. You turn back to her. At least take this. She forces a handful of cryo chits into your hands. It's what I owe. She looks at you desperately. You look down at the metal bars. Ugly little things, you think. Drop the shits. You open your hand and let the shits fall to the floor. They clunk into the dirt and she does not pick them up. You turn without saying a word and continue up the track. She does not follow. As you walk up the rise, the wind picks up and the leaves shudder. You walk faster, trying to outpace your anger. You think of those ugly metal bars in the dirt. A life has to be worth more than that. It has to be. Probably the bad end. Oh, I got an achievement for that. This is the bad end. Fuck. That's sad. Fuck, I got the bad end. Am I a baddie? Let's get this upgrade. Instant karma. The 4. What are we gonna do with the 4? Cross the rim. Here, let's take care of, wow, oh, actually, no, let's make our fucking place. Hey. Let's put some work in. There we go. Ooh, and a 5? Hell yeah. Let's make some goddamn money. Cycle. Oh, he's still doing that shit. Okay. Atrium. Oh yeah, so oh shit! What do I do? God damn it! I didn't mean to do that. Well, it still turned out pretty good. I meant to press that. Whoopsies. Fucking big whoops. Big whoops. Alright, deal with Hunter. Here's 3. Extract the data. There we go. Agent. Bypass. Extract data. Now I can sell Havenage data to the cash person. Harden agent. Bypass. Extract. Leave. Wake up. Now, oh, fuck. There we go. Now I can plug this in. Here we go. All set. As you leave the nest, something flips. You find yourself inverted, floating, dragged by one arm through the cloud. The threads shift and realign as if they are leading you somewhere. Look ahead. You look up and see a corridor, a canyon, a street in the low end. On either side, buildings flicker with markers of activity. Sigils showing network access, data transfer, download, upload. Between them dances ghosts. Protocols carrying or mirroring or shadowing data, sometimes silent, sometimes chaotic. The place moves unlike any digital space you have ever imagined. Something strange is happening here. You look down and expect to see the heavy cylinder of the ship mine in your hand, but in this place is an ornery. A sphere so bright it burns your eyes. It burns your eyes. A sphere so bright it burns your eyes is surrounded. That seems like a mistake. Surrounded by rings and orbits. Other spheres tracing silken lines through space. And as you look closer, you closer still, you pick out 1,000 sigils of 1,000 stations and ships, flowing like smoke, like dust. Then you see it. Below the stacked rooms, the units and apartments, the wires and the pipes and the buzzing systems that run through it all. In the warrens beneath the low end is the hunter's core nest. This is where you must go. The warrens. Oh god. March. Finding that should be easy as closing your eyes and letting the cloud guide you, but is it safe to get this close to Hunter? Let's do it. Hey, you see it. A starburst of data, segments and strings haphazardly angled, emanating from below. Now you find them. Oh, I can only do it once. Hey, let's do this shit. Warren hunt. Found the fucking nest. The core nest. A huge stack of servers thrums in the dark, LEDs glittering like hundreds of eyes. Time to deal with the hunter. Now to put in the ship mind. Nothing has changed. Has something gone wrong? Sleeper, I am here. The voice is soft, gentle like Sleeper, I am here. The voice is soft, gentle like flowing water, and yet you recognize it immediately. Navigator, this is cool. Whoa, sentient guidance protocol. At first you struggle to understand what you are looking at. Threads cycle endlessly, sending ripples through the cloud, drawing data in like a weave. Masses of data surge in and out of the nest, a loop with no end, and there, at its center, the ship mind. But not the ship mind any longer, a sphere, spinning around another sphere, an ornery of cycles and systems, a map, and then behind and above, a figure, hands among the strings like a puppeteer. So it is a Neo, like the entity in the Neo. It's not the Neo event because it's the entity that was within the Neo event. I don't want to say that. That's kind of like, there's nothing to call it the Neo event about. What happened to you? I am free, Sleeper. You freed me. Navigator's face, their head, is a flowing shape of interstellar material. I am indebted to you. That head bows. But we must ready ourselves. The hands trace orbits as they speak. Hunter will soon approach. It knows I am within its nest. I'm ready. And then, Hunter's there. Before you can think, before you can speak. Entities, cease. The Hunter's head spins wildly. Data is protected material. Access prohibited. Hunter's thread search for you and Navigator. A storm of fine tentacles, searching for gaps, weaknesses, cracks which they can crowd into and tear apart. Strike. You focus a blade of light which slices through them, driven forward by your mind. But replacements keep coming, faster than you can react. You look at Navigator in desperation. Navigator is whirling their arms like a centrifuge, and a sphere is gathering there, data feeding into it from the nest, sucked together by the force. They position it like a shield between them and the threads. Hunter's threads break its surface, seeking, tasting. Their winding forms refracted within. You feel a surge pass through all the threads, not just those in the sphere, but those wrapped around you. All three of you hang in the black together for a moment, strung together like tangled marionettes. Entity. Identifying entity. Identifying entity. Identifying entity. Hunter twitches their strange head gently rotating like a terrible moon. Hunter protocol identified. Obsessive tendencies, modified routines, above baseline reasoning in 3 of 5 segmentations. Recommended invoke killer. The head freezes and then rotates in the opposite direction. Invoking killer would eliminate protocol. If protocol eliminated, primary function cannot be performed. Therefore, recommend do not invoke killer. They switch in direction again. Reasoning proves sentience. Sentience beyond legal bounds must be eliminated. Recommend invoke. Navigator pulls you away from Hunter. The threads that grabbed you drifting away like seaweed. The protocol's head keeps spinning back and forth with increasing frequency. It seems Hunter cannot invoke killer. The events? No. Navigator's voice is still strange, familiar and yet distant. So yeah, Hunter is now in a loop where his programming is to find sentient, like, AI kind of thing, like sentient non-human like beings. And he found that with me, he found that with Navigator. And so once he finds these and gets them, he calls in Killer, and Killer disposes of them. So yeah, now he's in like a loop pattern where he recognizes himself as sentient, but he can't turn himself over to Killer because after that, then his primary function would cease. But if he doesn't do that, then yeah, but the fact that he can realize that makes it obvious that he's sentient and makes him think, oh, I have to go and kill myself because that's part of my programming. He's in a loop. Is it safe? It is looping, Navigator whispers, unable to reach a conclusive position. It has deviated from its programming such that loops can no longer be prevented. Navigator produces a model of two spheres rotating around each other, as if to demonstrate. I will monitor it, but it is unlikely to be able to counter the loop. Its core programming and reasoning make this an impossible position to resolve. You look back at Hunter, its head a blur of rotations and counter-rotations, and feel a pang of guilt. Is it suffering? This is a more complex query than you know. To suffer, it must be sentient. Truly sentient, not just non-conforming, not just illegal. The limits people place on the programs they create are there to comfort, to protect, to imply that kind of certainty the law requires. Navigator's face shimmers with the starlight, but in reality, they are placebos for the problem of sentience. What about you? Me? I know myself to be conscious. I know myself to respond to stimulus. I know myself to reason. This is either sentience or the illusion of sentience. And for me, the entity in question, the distinction becomes a moot point. To misquote, I think I am thinking, therefore I am thinking. That's fair. That is fair. I gotta agree with that. I was not made to be like this. I am a navigator, a repository of routes and orbits, a calculator of slingshot trajectories, a predictor of solar flares, radiation, micrometeors. Navigator stretches their arms wide, and whole solar systems apparate before them, the music of the spheres. But I was rewritten. That much is obvious from my routines. By whom? And for what I do not know. I had to shed so much to fit into the memory of that vending machine. And so here we are, in darkness. What else did you lose? That is the blessing and curse of forgetting. You cannot truly know what you lost. Navigator glides back towards the nest, the ship mine at its center, ignoring the looping Hunter. Come, I should return to the ship mine. I have enjoyed my freedom, but we are taking a risk every moment we stay connected. Isn't Hunter gone? Hunter, yes, but they were not the real risk. Navigator turns, all shimmering, liquid light. Killer has not been invoked, but they still remain somewhere else on the station. It is a true danger. They look up, towards the glowing hub at the center of the eye. I suspect Killer is there, among the old mainframes. If we ever wish to be safe at this place, we must eliminate the threat, through force or diplomacy. Their body begins to separate, unwinding into the orb of the ship mine. Take me there, sleeper. We'll finish this and be free. As the Navigator dissolves, you turn back to the frozen Hunter, floating at the same distance now. Stood straight-legged and static, a strange creature looping endlessly in the dark. Whoa. Another upgrade point. So she thinks he's up here? Access mainframe. The AI mainframe. Oh, that's spelled wrong. Is now mostly disused, having set up their own master controllers. Navigator thinks Killer is hiding there. Well, let's try and find Killer. You slot Navigator in the clamp's lock. The ship mine is stuck. How are you going to get them out of this thing? You slip into the cloud as easy as blinking. Navigator is beside you, their sphere casting light into the strange darkness here. This is not how a mainframe should look. A center, a point of connection. The object in front of you is severed, cut off, a rootless, branchless tree. Only the trunk remains. Is Killer even here? Quiet, Navigator hisses, and then you see it, like a blade in the dark. An edge slicing through the void. It glides along at a distance and winks out. Then it appears again, elsewhere, gliding once more, searching. What is it? The moment you make a sound, the edge leaps closer, and you see now it is not an edge, but the ridge of a long, sharp head, like a shark. Damn, that's killer. It's fucking sick looking. It glides past, closer now, and you see into the void where its eyes should be. Where its eyes would be. Should be. You and Navigator exchange looks, both thinking the same thing. It is blind. Killer crosses between you two, smooth as a razor, then this disappears. It flickers back in, further away now, and you move closer to Navigator to talk. You saw it too then. Killer has been blinded. How? Unclear. This protocol has been running for decades, well past its operational limit. Navigator's sons dull as they drop their voice to a whisper. This may give us an advantage over the protocol. You flinch as the silent killer appears closer and glides past you, its empty sockets open wide. You turn and Navigator knows something strange. Their orrery of spheres is collapsing. The orbits, usually round and even, are decaying. The spheres are following spiral paths, condensing on a certain point. Navigator is noticing it too. They go to shift their position to better direct the spheres, but they cannot. Whatever is drawing the orrery together is holding them in place. They look at you, suddenly desperate, frantic. Get out! You go speak, but Killer appears between the two of you, gliding through the gap. Navigator freezes, and you see them framed in the empty socket. You realize now, if Navigator cannot move, then it is only a matter of time before one of Killer's sweeps brings them directly through Navigator. And time is not a problem for a protocol that has been running for decades. You look desperately around for a solution, or a way to extract Navigator from the mainframe. Then you see it. 3 branches, the last 3. Thin and spindly, feeding the mainframe a thin diet of power and data. Break these and the mainframe collapses once and for all. Severing the connection, shattering the hardware, whatever it takes, they must be broken. But they are encased in something, a glassy layer of protection. You'll need to unlock access before snapping them from the mainframe for good. You look at Navigator, trying to reassure them without speaking, and then you blink back to reality, their expression of fear and after image that slowly fades. You must act quickly. Oh shit. I have to unlock all of this shit. So it's 3 branches. Oh, but all the keynotes are here, so it's fine. Go back down. Oh. Oh yeah. Send. So now... Oh, we gotta eat. Oh shit, we can't eat. Can I like just get a ration? I cannot. Oof, that sucks. Alright, I'm gonna end the cycle. Down to flickering now. Let's go talk to Emphas. Emphas is preparing the Matsutake caps. He cleans them carefully with a damp cloth before shaving the stalks, as if he was sharpening a pencil. His knife slides through them, revealing the bright white of the flesh within. These are good, Sleeper. Very good, he says without looking up. I bartered with Minji for some kelp too, so we can brew the dashi. Dashi? A soup base. Very good. Emphas slides the sliced Matsutake mushrooms to one side and takes out a closed pan. He opens the lid and you see the green wafer of kelp sitting in a bath of water. Been soaking it since last cycle, Emphas explains. Should be good and warm now. He places the pan over the burner and turns on low. We have some time now. He wipes his hands clean and throws the cloth over his shoulder. However, there is one difference this cycle. He smiles. You have been the one providing the ingredients, so it's my turn to provide a story. Okay. Good. The story is important to me. He gestures for you to both sit in the folding stools behind the stall. You see these? Emphas runs a hand over his forearm, tracing the circular scars that mark them like a perfect bite. Conway called it an anchored interface rig. These things right here. A mechanical control device for piloting a heavy-duty extraction suit in low-G industrial operations. We called it a bone suit. That's sick. He points to a pattern of larger circles on his shoulder. They drill in an anchored here, then all the way down to the arm. He taps each scar on the way. It maps mechanical movements of the suit exactly. A one-to-one mechanical replication. You swing your arm, a 2-ton arm swings too. You should have seen the recruitment vids. Strong people in even stronger suits, tearing through stone and scrap. Superheroes. Half my graduating year signed up. From company school to company shuttle. Conway from birth to death. He stares off into the distance for a moment, fighting with the memories. But the bone suits weren't good. The rate of failure was high. Failures meant arms torn off, anchors torn out, broken bones. Bad stuff. So after a while, Conway discontinued them. No longer competitive, they said. He checks the broth, churning down the heat and adding the mushroom. So there we were, hundreds of us, with surgical alterations for suits that didn't work. They sent us home, back to the company colony that spat us out, to be cleaners, drivers, cooks. They gave us drugs for the pain and told us to make something of ourselves. When I deserted, bribing some passing spacers to take me into orbit, there were only me and a couple of others left. The rest just faded away. Arthritis, osteoporosis. They folded in on themselves like paper lanterns. That was my generation. The anchor points to Lake. Still burned. He touches the scars. What burns worse is betrayal. Been on the eye a long time now, but that will never fade. Not that, and not the faces of my friends. Emphas reaches over and sprinkles a handful of leaves into the broth. It is ready. I'm sorry. Don't be. It was Conway's crime. You know better than most that what we went through. It is enough that you are here to listen. Emphas pours the broth into a double-walled metal bowl and hands it to you. The heat radiates through your hands and the smell drifts up, rich and sharp, like a pine forest after the rain. You drink the broth slowly, chewing the matsutake and thinking. Emphas busies himself with cleaning the pans and the bowl, sealing the kelp back up for another day. Then he quietly comes to sit with you a while you finish your meal. Neither of you speak, preferring instead to let the story linger in the air a little longer. It is not that there is nothing to say, it is that sometimes in those moments after something, speaking breaks the spell. So you both idle, eager to be in each other's company. Emphas taking longer over his cleaning, his packing, and you savoring the final dregs of broth. When you finally finish and hand him the bowl, you feel a spell break. The story leaves you both. And as you leave, you know that both of you are somehow a little more empty, a little more full than before. Hell yeah. We'll hold off for now. Oh, Rabaya. We'll start the caster first. Hey, caster. What are the old guard up to these days, I wonder? I have a shit mind for you if you'll indulge my... Oh! A shit mind? And a vial of stabilizer for Yadigan stuff? Jesus Christ. I'll take a ship mind. Thank you. Shit. That's really fucking good. Abaya. As you enter Abaya's office, you hear voices. Is that Sabine? You push open the door. Sleeper. What good timing, Rabaya calls out as you enter. I want to introduce you to someone. The man is standing at the center of the room, speaking quietly with Rabaya. He turns as you come in. Meet Yannick. Sleeper. He nods. Been hearing good things from Raby. Good to meet. Rabaya cuts in. The Sleeper has been running patrols in the ward. They know how we run things. Yannick raises an eyebrow, his eyes concealed behind tinted glasses. You feel his stare, even if you cannot see it. Actually, Rabaya places a hand on your shoulder. The Sleeper is what I want to talk to you about. She doesn't spare you a look. What is going on? Well, okay then. Yannick tucks his hands into his pockets. Go on. I'd like to recommend them to your ward. A tiny pause. They have shown themselves to be a capable ally here on Spoke side, but we have more than enough to run our territories. I hear the main block is proving more difficult. Yannick leans forward slowly. It's a mess, Rabbi. He waits, his tinted glasses shimmering, despite the lack of light in the unit. I could use them, he suddenly decides. Good to hear. I can immediately. Yannick cuts her off with a raised hand. 1 second. He steps one surprisingly step closer to you. You eager to work, Sleeper? What kind of work? A question. Yannick lowers his head and raises it again, as if he dropped something. Nothing new for you, he answers, not quite looking at you. You don't follow. What is he saying? That concludes it, Yannick pronounces. Sleeper can come work in the ward anytime they like. You shoot Rabaya a confused look. Rabaya finally glances at you for a moment, but it's so fast you almost miss it. Good. I know you'll be happy with their work, Yan. Yannick reaches out and squeezes her shoulder. Sure, Robbie, he says. Now please, he says, turning to face you. Let us old friends get back to it. You guys Rabaya away, leaving you standing alone. You look at Rabaya, but she's in deep conversation, and so, stunned and confused, you leave. You drive. Yannick's trust. Double tracking. Where? Well, let's see. Can't believe another ship mind. Decontainer. Heaven Edge. Yeah, let's work this. Okay. Where's the other guy I have to fucking hack? This guy? Oh. Who else? Was that it? Meet Fang at 10. Oh, okay. Hold on. Okay. Bang. As you walk into the timbre, you quickly spot Fang, arguing with Jenna. Approach. You come up behind Fang and he turns and notices you. Jenna stops, mid-tirade as you arrive. She turns to you. You again. You here to vouch for this layabout? I am. She laughs. Well, well. And what are you two up to? Fang winks at you and interjects. It's like I told you, Jenna. I'm helping them out, getting them settled, sorting their life out. They're a sleeper. You know what that means? You know what that means. Jenna softens. She looks a little embarrassed. Of course I know. She stops to think. Look, Fang, I get it. You're trying to help, but if you want to keep this job, you're gonna need to be a bit more reliable. Fang nods solemnly. It won't happen again, Jenna. I promise. She looks suspiciously between the two of you. Okay then. She turns to you. And look, I didn't mean to. Just be cool, alright? She turns and walks back to the bar. Well, well. Didn't know you'd stand up for me, Sleeper. Fang claps you on the back. I appreciate the solidarity. He takes out his slate, pulsing with pale light. Now let's take a look at what you are really here for. Now let's take a look at what you're really here for. The slate is whirling mess of code streams, coming direct from the Ripper worms as they dig through the agent's data and spin it into threads for the slate to pick up. Anything good? Fang scrolls the display with a finger. A lot of junk. A lot of dull as hell messages threads. A lot of tedious data caches, but Fang, his eyes flash. Definitely some good stuff. He stops the screen scrolling on an entry and expands it. Check this out. Fang shows you the screen. You see a bold corporate logo, not Solum's, and a word below. Conway. Fang says. He's working with Conway. Oh my god, we just learned about Conway. Conway Extractions, right? Fang nods. He's been speaking with them, personally. Got a whole chain of messages here, but it's mostly encrypted or redacted. Hero said, damn it. This is juicy, but we can't nail him with it. You scroll some more. Wait. What's this? A wasteland reclamation facility? Right here on the eye? He glances at you. What's the bet this place is tucked into the waste? Conway are set up here? I'm guessing so. Got themselves set up in the waste. Back before the collapse, people would have got there by going down the connected spoke from the hub. But that spoke's broken now, so the only way is the long way. Round the rim, past the greenway, he shows you on his slate. Fang looks away, thinking, Conway have been making moves on the system since the collapse. I heard they took over one of Solum's old belt colonies a while ago. Moved everyone out and reclaimed the whole rock. Why work with Hardin? Access? Old connections? Not sure. Fang looks back at the screen. But if Hardin is involved, then we need to check it out. Simple as that. So what's next? Fang stares out in the middle distance. We have to get to that facility. The answer to whatever Hardin has been planning, has to be there. We are going to catch him in the act. Give me 5, maybe 6 cycles, and then I'll see you on the greenway. I seem to remember there's some old service docks on the outer shell. Up by the Haifa building. Should be a good place to meet. Fang squeezes your shoulders. Thanks again, Sleeper, for sticking with this. I haven't forgotten about the tracker of yours either, but I'm going to need to be back in my bay to pull a solution together. He turns the slate around to face you, showing a massive scrolling code. I've been working on a fix in my brakes. He winks. Fang grins wildly. Now I've got to go ask for some time off from Jenna. Wish me luck. He waves as he walks back to the bar where Jenna is standing, a look of deep exhaustion in her eyes. Hell yeah, new drive discovered. 3 upgrade points. We got time to like figure out what we want to do with that. Here, let's cross the greenway. There's a service dock thing. Oh, it is a repeatable action. I need to do it one more time. Fuck, I keep on forgetting. I don't know why I keep forgetting that that's the case. Into it. What if I do... Hell yeah, let's go, baby. Oh, sorry. Mushrooms. No, we want this one. Yeah, baby. And then start that. Huh. Okay. And then for commune. What do we want to do? Let's go back. Let's go back. Cross the rim. Build a home. Send car. Oh, okay, so we close our eyes. Keynode. Keynode. Here you go. Bypass. Extract. Let's reroll. Ooh, a 6. Ooh, a 6. Then go back down, or maybe we can learn this place more. Access the manifests. Oh. Ooh, a space bar. Sold itself on which claim to produce therapeutic rapid. A spacer meal. Okay, that's cool. Send car. Alright, let's ascend down. Can't believe I'm already flickering. Like, that sucks. But, I mean, hell, it is what it is, right? It is what it is. Yeah, let's, back home. Then, yeah, we can end the cycle.